From chaos to clarity. In 2015, I moved to London from Leeuwarden, the Netherlands, the city where I grew up. I went from a city with 100,000 people to a city where 7 million people live. Things were harder than I expected, especially when it came to finding a place to live. After doing research and talking to my new co-workers, I learned that it was almost impossible to find an apartment in a short period without getting ripped off. Instead, I decided to rent a room, which was a lot easier. For 3 months, and I decided to explore different areas in London that were within an hour commute by public transportation to my work. That was my plan, and everything went well at first. After 2 months, I found a small and affordable one-bedroom apartment in Ears Earlsfield in southwest London. I had planned everything. I cancelled the lease of the room I rented and signed the lease for a new apartment. My parents and brother even drove over from Holland to help out. And because I didn't have much stuff, we couldn't just use their car to move my things from the old place to the new place, which were only 10 minutes apart. In my mind, this would be the deal. I would just pack up my stuff, get the key to the new place, hand the keys back to the old landlord, and move into the new place. Watch Netflix and relax. Also, I expected to do everything on the same day. Well, things didn't go as planned after all. My new landlord changed her mind last minute and decided not to rent out her apartment. She told me this a day before the day I planned to move. All of a sudden, I had no place to live and had an SUV full of my things. That night in my parents' hotel room, I panicked big time. I don't know what to do. I have no place. My stuff is in a van I bought I bought you guys over from Holland, and now I am sitting here like an idiot. I continued blaming myself for the rest of the day and evening. You are probably thinking, really? Yes, looking back on this, I can't help but think that I may have acted a little bit too dramatic. Well, let's just call it like it was. I was over dramatic. And not just a little. That's exactly why I've picked out this example, because it shows how stupid I was in my thinking. I spent so much time in my head that I had lost sight of my situation. I wasn't thinking clearly. And for what? Some first world problem. Come on. The next day, I woke up, and with the encouragement of my parents and brother, I decided I decided to stop feeling sorry for myself and to start finding a solution instead. I said to myself, think straight. I knew I had to replace the mess with clarity. I wanted to get straight to the point. I picture this from a tangled ball of wool, which you can see on the screen, to a clear small circle. On the left, a mass of useless thought, worry, stress, suffering, confusion, not knowing what to do. On the right, one straight thought that has a single useful purpose. I wanted to start using my mind as a tool. In the case of my London story, I needed to look for a situation fast. It turned out that was easy. Once I started thinking straight, I booked an Airbnb until I found a new place. In the end, we stayed in an Airbnb for a week. The landlady changed her mind again and decided to rent the apartment to me anyway. So, all my stressing, worrying, and thinking were specially useless. How often does that happen? We are always so quick to judge and draw conclusion based on our assumptions. We are all human beings. We make mistakes, we change our minds, and we assume things that are not true all the time. That's normal. What's not normal is to let your mind go out of control. And after many others useless thinking episodes, I decided to change. I didn't have one big epiphany to super dramatic moment that forced me to change. Life is not a Hollywood drama. People that know I only change after a culmination of uh, uh, people that I know only change after a culmination of problems. At some point, we stand up and say, enough. And you know what? A lot of people never change at all. But that shouldn't be our concern. After a year of chaos in my mind, I just had enough of my mental suffering. I can't make it any prettier than that. You don't need an all is lost moment. Those type of moments almost never happen. About 2 years ago, I started changing my thoughts, and I have learned to replace the chaos in my mind with clarity. Now there's peace. In the rest of this book, I'll share with you exactly how I did it. But first, I want to share a brief history of thinking.